All right, so I'm just a few meters from where I did the first video where it was kind of a lookout to the city. Here's another lookout area. Uh, this park is known as the Culebras, like snakes. But this little park they developed here, they planted some trees, etc. And it's called Bosque de Niebla. And my topic today is Mexico right for you or not? Why would you come? Why not come? And on the why not, I think that's the one you need to explore first. And I always recommend that before you jump into something, that doesn't look like it's safe there. It used to be you could stand up there, but they look like they're doing some repairs or something. I'm gonna walk down then. But on the why not side, I always recommend first that you come and spend a week or two, and I recommend you go to one or two places or three places or as many as you can afford, really, and kind of look around to see what it is that you're getting. I mean, today you'll notice the sky is a little gloomy, and that's pretty typical up here in the mountain. But you get a lot of other things for that gloom and rain. You can see the path is a little bit wet. We get a lot of rain out here, and this morning we had a little, I don't know what you call it, a drizzle, right? There was a little bit of drizzle this morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's probably about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And just another beautiful day up here on the mountainside for me anyway. But like I said, you'll notice that there's a lot of different native plants that they've planted here. And they've got a concept. I was talking to someone that was doing some of the work, and it's usually just volunteers that might have studied agriculture or just are involved in the community and care about the way it develops. And again, for me, it's just gorgeous up here, and I love this kind of weather. And the rain doesn't bother me. At first, I used to love it because we didn't have much of it. But then I have to say it took a toll on me after a couple of years of being here. You're just kind of like, oh my God, more rain, I look forward to the sun, and one of the reasons I came out here is that I wanted to get away from that horrible heat of South Texas and live in a lush green environment like this, and I got what I wanted. And but again, some of the why nots, let's go back to that. I think most of us Americans are not used to noise pollution, and there is quite a lot of that here. Okay, dogs are an issue here as well, in the sense of they're always barking. And here's our map. And we have a lot of festivals here, which is why you might want to come here. There's always a reason to have a festival. As a matter of fact, my girlfriend was telling me that, our daughter, she's going to have her first communion, and we need to rent, an event area or whatever. And the madrina and padrino, which are the ones that have taken responsibility of making sure she's indoctrinated into the Catholic Church or whatever. And like I said, I love it in a lot of senses because there's always a party to go to. At least monthly, there's something going on, somebody's birthday. And even though they have not a lot of means, it seems like everybody chips in. And, she was saying, the padrino and the madrina, they want to have a big party. And I'm like, I'm against it. And then but it's tradition. I'm like, okay, so how much am I on the hook for, right? Which is probably a couple $100 is my guess. But they're gonna pitch in like $500 in her family, not my girl's family, but the padrino and madrina. They want a big to do, and they're very they don't have a lot of money is what I'm saying, but they feel like this is really important. That's their godchild. And anyway, I'm getting off topic. I always do. But going back to why not, we got noise pollution. You might see dog shit like on the street from time to time. I mean, whoever lives there is going to clean it up, but there are some roaming dogs from time to time that cause a hassle that way. They bark a lot. If you don't do your research, you might move into someone that loves music, and every morning when they clean the house, they jam their music up to 10, and you're going to hear, you know, hopefully you like Mexican music or whatever it is. But, you know, like I said, noise pollution is one. And I think the illusion of what it is to get away to a foreign destination and the reality of it might be a little bit tough for people as well. I mean, are you going to see a beautiful place? But is this a vacation thing, or is this, I want to move there, I want to live? And let me take something back. I said no one's going to get a deal like this. Well, I'm talking about in this particular area. There's always deals to be had at the further away town or whatever. But I'm in a pueblo mágico, which means it's like a tourist location, which makes property value really high here. And but that doesn't mean if you go 40 miles down the road or 35 miles down the road that you're not going to find some really, you know, cheap place to live if that's what you're looking for is just affordability. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start making my way downtown because I'm going in to buy some few groceries. I'm about low on eggs and cheese, and I'm going to the market for that. I think I told you last time, but right now eggs are at about 60 pesos, about $3.40, I'm going to guess, depending on how you look at the exchange rate. Now, reasons to live here. Well, let's see. What did I cover on the knot? The knot is sometimes it's a dream, and what you're actually doing is, like I said, I'm thinking about living healthy. And when I first came here, I was with my son, so I had company. I wasn't lonely. And then I met this wonderful girl, and so I'm not having that lonely issue. But even expats that go out and hang out with other expats, you know, it can get very lonely here. If you don't know the language, you don't make friends. And it's exactly why I had this idea. They haven't cut the grass here in a while. I guess wintertime came in and they stopped maintaining it and just letting it grow naturally until, I guess, early spring, probably next month or something. We'll see them come through here and cut the grass, because the path is not very defined, I can tell you that. Oh, I'm slipping. I gotta watch out because I know there's a hole here somewhere. But anyway, you know, you don't want to get in a situation where you isolate yourself more than you're at. Now, if you don't have any friends at home and you don't have a lot of family you're going to miss and stuff, but it's something to think about, you know, before you decide to just move into Mexico. At least that would be my recommendation. Boy, this grass is thick here. And I hadn't been down this way in a couple months. I said, you know what? I know it's usually pretty quiet here, so I thought I would come this way, but I don't see a path. I'm just kind of cutting through the grass till I make it to the path, which I'm trying to remember. Is it that way? Yeah, it is that way. Okay. And lots of bamboo here, huh? Kind of beautiful. Could be overwhelming bamboo sometimes. Once it grows, it grows. And then some of the reasons that you might want to live here is that you really can find things more affordable. It's like a lot of times I'm surprised at how much things cost, but I got to realize inflation is sweeping the world, not just America. And things have gotten more expensive here when I think about just 5 years ago or 6 years ago when I even used to go to Piedras and stuff. But there's some things that are incredibly cheap here. Me and my girlfriend and her daughter, we sat down and all had a meal. We had a pitcher of Jamaica, and I think the bill was like $13, like 60 pesos a plate. Now, granted, I got one small chicken leg or one small thigh as far as my meat portion, but first we got like a spaghetti and cream, which she makes and I enjoy. It's just kind of in a cream sauce as a starter, and then we got our full plate, which was chicken and this wonderful, oh my God, sauce that I'm seriously thinking about some business ideas going back to the United States at some point if I can get would be then maybe my wife to the United States to help me out with some of this. This poblano sauce was just incredible. If anyone does make it up here, I'll be sure to show you around and take you to the different. I know what to order now. When I got here, it's like, even though I'm used to going to Mexico a lot, I lived right across the border in Eagle Pass, Piedras Negras, Coahuila, and but the food's different here, and the way they talk about it. And look at our steps, some old tires here. And like I said, for me, this is a perfect fit. Everything went well. I love it. Couldn't live cheaper. Couldn't be happier. Couldn't love the climate more. Like I said, sometimes that rain can get a little bit tiring after it just rains and rains and rains. But we have our seasons, right? There's a lot of sun. And, we got off the grassy land and now we're in towards the downtown area and not too long. But I just want you to really think about, why are you thinking about moving abroad? If you're a man or a woman actually, and you're looking for a relationship with someone, I think that's very doable here. If you're looking for affordability, if you let me help you out, I'm sure that is very doable as well, especially in the area that I'm in. Like I said, it varies widely depending on where you're at and if you get the gringo tax. But I'm going to stop right here and finish up. But, but there are some real considerations, like what kind of weather are you looking for? What kind of place are you looking for? What are your goals? Like I said, no electricity here, just $10 a month, $15 a month, incredibly cheap. Just a lot of reasons why you would live here. But like I said, those are things to think about. The food's incredible. Like I said, once you know what it is that you like, food's incredible. It's different, but incredible. And there's still options like Costco and Walmart to get things that you want. It's just going to cost you quite a bit. It's going to be no cheaper than your Costco or Walmart. When you go to a grocery store, the cheapest you find chicken here is about $2.25 a pound. And they actually sell it by the piece, fresh. That's another little, I don't know, maybe I could do a video about that just for fun. I bet it would probably freak you out. But in the morning, there's stands all over Coatepec or really any town here. And somebody brings, 20 chickens to that one place or 30 chickens, and they're already defeathered, kinda. And but they just killed them that morning. And they just sit out on the stand until they sell out or until the guy comes back at 3 in the afternoon and picks up whatever's left and freezes it and uses it in a different manner the next time. And no, people don't get sick and you don't have to worry about cartels. And, do those things exist? Well, yeah, you can go to Walmart right now and get robbed wherever you live. You know what I'm saying? So crazy things happen, but that's not anything that happens around here. We're very calm in this little town. And, there's drunks and drug addicts you see from time to time. There's about 2 that live or stay in my privada area, right? That you see them moving around. One has family there and the other one just kind of wanders around from street to street. There's things that you're not going to like, and that's why you got to come and experience it for yourself and make those decisions before you just jump in. And don't forget to hit up my friend Daryl at Two Gringos on the Gulf. He's got a lot of reviews on rentals in different areas, more gringo style rentals than what you'll see on my channel or while I'm doing this. And you can definitely kind of get an idea what things cost in different places, because he goes to all the gringo places. You know, he's at the coast, he's in Oaxaca City, now he's in the Yucatan. Morelos, I think, is the town he lives in. But you know, like I said, different things to think about before you just jump in and do it.